Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Please, the volume bit, I can't hear. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, sorry, sorry. Legally learning for you got it? Sorry, please say hello. Hello. It's audible, Pranav. Hello, hello.
Yes, audible, audible, audible.
Everyone. How's everyone doing? How's the Josh? Louder. Hi, sir. Louder. Louder. Hi, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Aryan. I'll be your good-looking essay for the day. Today, it is the meeting 234, theme stories. Now, before we start any Toastmaster meeting, there are few ground rules that everyone has to follow. Rule number 1, please turn off all your noise-making devices. I'll give you 5 seconds to do so. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, one more rule that we also follow is please do not leave or enter the meeting hall when the speaker is talking. Please do so after he or she is done with the speech. And rule number 3, please do not talk about the things of sex, religion, and politics. If you want to do so, please do it in a nice manner. Now, talking about the theme, Shah Rukh Khan once said that we are a collection of the little stories that we live across. Now, I don't know if Shah Rukh Khan actually said it or not, but I do want you to concentrate on is the book. All of us have lived several stories, some good, some bad, some making us want to die of cringe. But all of them are memorable. And knowing Toastmaster Sanidhya and his ability to make us fall in love with the stories, I know he'll do a good job. Now back to the presiding officer. To the presiding officer, Toastmaster Nikhilesh.
Let's not forget that. Good evening, everyone. How's the Josh? Okay, that was very low, but nevertheless, before we get on to the meeting, let me start the meeting. I declare meeting to 3-4 in the stories, especially open. Before we get on to the meeting, since we are a club, so like every other club, every other community or anything, we also have our own motto. It goes something like this. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. That is the motto of our club. And before I hand over the mic to the TMoD, there are a few announcements. We have a recent level completion. Was Master Pranav. He has completed his L2 in presentation master. And the MPark is on this Saturday. So people, please do attend MPark. We have MPark sponsorship chair here with us. And JTP is done. So people, all of you who have attended JTP, all of you are trained to be judges, to judge other people. So yeah, soon we'll be getting opportunities to be voting judges and chief judges in a lot of other clubs. So please make yourself available so that we can go there and do the part of a voting judge. And yeah, club trek, as it was announced in the last 2 meetings, we'll be soon releasing forms for the club trek. So please, stay sharp. We'll be releasing it soon. And yeah, coming to today's theme stories, I have no clue what this means or what it is about. Because Toastmaster Sanidhya, it was a very impromptu thing. He said, I'm going to talk about stories. I was like, can you elaborate? He's like, no. So that will be all. And without any further ado, let's call our TMoD, Toastmaster Sanidhya.
Greetings, Toastmasters. Now, the 2 people who came before me already welcomed you to this meeting before theme stories. But come on, it's my meeting, guys. I'm the TMoD. So let me officially welcome you to the meeting number 234, theme stories. Stories. Yeah. Stories. Now, everyone will be like, okay, now this guy is talking about stories. And yeah, we all heard stories in our childhood. And what's important? What is important in stories, right? I am someone who believes that the most important story of all our lives is the story of our lives. The story that we built along the way, each teeny tiny moment that we live on. So why not? I share some of my experiences with this TMoD session. So yeah, I'll be the Toastmaster of the day. Now, do you guys know what is the most important term in this phrase, Toastmaster of the day? Anyone?
Toastmaster.
Yeah, president for a reason. Toastmasters, guys. So, if we are in a Toastmasters meeting, why not know a little bit brief history about it? Do you guys know who started Toastmasters? Who? Ralph C. Smith. And the date was 22nd October 1924, 100 years back, where this journey began. And today, Toastmasters International is in 144 countries with over 3 lakh members and 1,50,000 clubs. Clap, guys, clap. So what do you guys learn from this? What makes a journey grand? Starting. So, what's the most important aspect is to take the first step. So, to start this amazing meeting, I'd like to tell you one story about how me with my team started a basic step which led to a grand event. The date was 2nd June 2023. Do you guys know what happened on 2nd June 2023? Anyone from the online people? No, they won't know. The 13th Executive Committee in elections. Elections. Yes. And first of all, I was really not interested to be part of the 13th Executive Committee. Why? Because for me, 13 is the most unlucky number. I'm telling you guys, so like every time in my question paper, question number 13 is the one I skipped. So I was really not happy to be part of the 13th Executive Committee. And again, another 13 comes June 30, 2023, where we were just elected, we just took our office, and the first decision we had to take was to plan the open house. Taking 11 days, guys. I was not even able to wear my badge till then. And we decided to host the open house. Now, we would have thought that, hey, we just started, who will take such big of a step? But we did. All 7 of us, 8 maybe, but yeah, 7 of us. We took the step. We were all newbies with a few kind of seniors who had no idea how to do it. But we took the step. And hence, it turned into a grand event of the open house. And I think Pranav was a spectator of that event, and he is sitting here just because of that open house. That one step helped us do it all. After the open house, many people were there to judge us. They were like, you could have done this better. You could have done that better. But that was our learning. And hence, to judge this meeting, we have a general evaluator, Toastmaster Shivansh. Now, Toastmaster Shivansh says that he's a part-time student and a full-time mentor. So I would like to call the general evaluator, Toastmaster Shivansh, to speak about this.
Good evening, everyone. So I'll be the general evaluator for the meeting number 234, titled Story. As the general evaluator, my job is to evaluate the whole flow of the meeting, each and every segment of the meeting, and pretty much every member in the meeting except me, because I have the authority. So, and since this evaluating the whole meeting would be a huge task, I have the help of tag team to assist me in that. First of all, I'd like to call the timer for the day, Toastmaster Arpita. She says life is a race and she's not a part of it, and that's the story. Over to Toastmaster Arpita.
Take the role of timer for today. As the thing says, story. Story is the message was whatever you give is the timing is very important. So to like time and get back to your essence of the story, I'm gonna time you guys. That is for the speed segment. I'm gonna show the green card for 5 minutes and the yellow card for 6 minutes. Yellow card. Yellow card for this 6 minutes and yeah, and the red card for 7 minutes with 30 seconds of buffer. Now, moving on with the icebreaker speeches. Icebreaker speeches are for like a time for 4 to 6 minutes. That is, I'll show green card for 4 minutes, yellow card for 5 minutes, and uh, red card for 6 minutes and 30 seconds with the buffer. And moving on with the Shambhavi speech, that is, I'll show the green card at 10 minutes, yellow card at 12.5 minutes, and red card for 15 minutes. And moving on, we have evaluation segments where I'll show up. That's time for 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll show up again. Green card for 2 minutes, yellow card for 2.5 minutes, and red card for 3 minutes. And yeah, with that, we have 30 seconds of buffer. And also, a tabletop sessions, I'll raise 1 minute, green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card at 2 minutes, 30 seconds as well.
Next, I'd like to call Toastmaster Harsha. She says from exciting action thriller to relaxed rom-com and comedy drama. She loves exploring the allure of story. Over to Toastmaster Harsha. Toastmaster Harsha, you are muted.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters. I am Toastmaster Harsha, and I'm going to be serving as your counter for today. So, as an counter, I'm going to help all of you become mindful, effective, and confident communicators. Now, how am I going to do that? I will listen for all the crutch words and pause filler words such as etc. And I'll also look for some of the overused words such as well, so, like, but, etc. and etc. And at the end of the meeting, I will be back with my report. Thank you and all the best.
Toastmaster Harsha. And lastly, we have the grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Hridya. She says, embracing life as an adventure, she finds joy in exploring. She finds joy in exploring new experiences, each one a building block in the mosaic of cherished memories. And that is what defines the journey. Over to Toastmaster Hridya.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay very close attention to each and every speaker as well as the language usage. And I will also be writing down any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, or any lines that which I've liked. So, as a grammarian, I will also be sharing the word of the day and the idiom of the day. The word of the day is oblivious, which means not being bothered or concerned about one's surroundings. For example, she was so absorbed in her work that she was oblivious about what's happening in her surroundings. Now, the idiom of the day is take a rain check, which means declining an offer very politely, taking in consideration of postponing it later. So now the example is that he asked me to come along, but I took a rain check. Now, I encourage each and every speaker to use the word of the day and idiom of the day, and I will be giving a report of it at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
So that was it from my side. And I'd like to pass the mic back to the TMoD, Toastmaster Sanidhya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivansh. So yeah, are you guys ready to start this meeting and taking the first step? So with this, we come to the prepared speeches segment. We have three speakers for today. And our first speaker is our very own president, Toastmaster Nikhilesh. Now, to give his speech objectives, I'd like to call his speech evaluator, that is Toastmaster Aditya, who says that he is a Leo, not the Braves AI, but by astrology. Over to Toastmaster Aditya.
A warm good evening to all the present Toastmasters and their guests, if any, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Nikhilesh, also known as the president of Toastmasters Amrita Bengaluru. So, to evaluate him, I'd be evaluating basically two things in his particular speech, that is L3P1 in negotiate the best outcome. The purpose is for the member to learn about different types of negotiation and the strategies that can be used when negotiating. And also, the member should share some of the aspect of past or future negotiation in their life. And timer, please note that the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. With this, I would tell all the best. I would hand over to Toastmaster of the day, Sanidhya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. So coming to our first prepared speech, which is of Toastmaster Nikhilesh. He's a person who prefers wooden benches over comfortable mattresses. Toastmaster Nikhilesh. Toastmaster Nikhilesh, I'll get it for a better price. I get it for a better price. Toastmaster Nikhilesh.
When you come from a average Indian middle class household, by the time you reach the age of 18, you would have encountered negotiations somewhere or the other. That somewhere or the other would have been the vegetable or fruits market, where you go as a naive kid and who was not even able to lift the bag, and you follow your parents and you see them haggling with the shopkeeper over the prices of onions and tomatoes and getting that pudina for free. And by the time you complete one round of the sabji mandi or the fruits and vegetables market, you would have encountered various styles and stages in which negotiation is done. Good evening, Toastmasters. This is Toastmaster Nikhilesh, and I'm going to walk you down your memory lane. It's 6:30 p.m. in the evening. You've just come from the playground, and your parents say, let's go to the fruits and vegetables market. But for timing, I just refer to it as Mandi. So your parents say, let's go to the Mandi, and with a sulking face, you go with them because you know you're gonna miss the episode of Pokemon that evening. So with a frown on your face, you go and you see your parents entering the phase of assessment, just the way we go through an assessment before giving a speech in every project. Right? So your parents estimate the prices of the fruits and vegetables there. Once that is done, the games begin. Our parents go to the shop and buy vegetables. That's what happens, right? No. If that is what happens, then let me tell you, you're not from a middle class family. You're filthy rich. You're filthy rich. Because I tell you what happens. You go to the first shopkeeper, and there's a very fierce competition between the shopkeeper and your parents. Your parents say a price, and the shopkeeper says, no, I'll only give it for this price. Your parents say, no, the next shopkeeper will give it to me for a better price. But no, the shopkeeper says, this is the best price we'll ever get. And there's some exchange of words, not words, prices. And clearly, your parents have given up after 2-3 attempts, and they walk off with a very clear and definite winner in this negotiation. The shopkeeper. Now, this style of negotiation is called the competitive style, where there's a clear winner and there's a clear loser. Now, this process happens under 2 to 3 times. Our parents go to a shopkeeper, they haggle, they lose. They go to another shopkeeper, and they haggle and they lose. And another. The same happens over and over and over and again. Now, after 2-3 attempts, they have given up a bit, just the way my parents have given up on me. So now they go to the fourth vendor, and now both the parties have the negotiation has made some progress. Both the parties have come to a middle ground, have reached a middle ground, and they have come to a reasonable price. Not only is it a reasonable price, you also get Pudina for free. So this style is called the accommodative style. No, sorry, this style is called the compromise style, where there is no clear winner. It's more of a win-win situation for each of the party, both the parties, and both of them work happily after the negotiation is done. Now, by the time all of this is done, it's already 8:30 in the night, and by the time it's already 8:30 in the night, and your parents realize that all the shops are closing and we don't have enough time, and half the vegetables are still to be purchased. So what happens the next day is your parents send you to the very much trusted shopkeeper or the vegetable shop owner, and they they give you the list, and you just carry the list and give it to the shopkeeper, because you don't know how to buy vegetables at the age of 11 or 10 or 11. You don't know how to check the tomatoes if they're good or not. So you go to the shopkeeper, and your parents trust that shopkeeper, and there is no bargaining or haggling involved here, because that was in the past. You don't go to a trusted shopkeeper and haggle with him, right? So your parents send you there, and you get the best of the vegetables. There is trust in both the parties. Your parents know that the shopkeeper will give you the best of the vegetables, and the shopkeeper knows that come what may, this person, so customer will come to me back. So here, this style of negotiation is called the accommodative style, where relationships are of the utmost priority, not the outcome. The parents, they're happy because they've got the vegetables. The shopkeeper is happy because he's got a reasonable price. And of course, you are happy because the shopkeeper knows you, and he has given you 5 chocolates, 5 eclairs for free. All the parties walk off happily. Now, this was till the age of 18. Let's come to adulthood. No, one thing I've observed, opinion of mine, let me just put it this way, because I don't want people to judge me. The art of negotiation is lost on us. How many of you agree? Okay, yeah. Like everything, okay, everything is a tap away. I come from Chennai to Bangalore paying 250 rupees for the train, and from KR to Bangalore to Amrita College, it cost me 400 rupees. There is no room for negotiation for me. I can't negotiate with the auto driver whom I book through Ola or Uber. And everything is a tap away. You need groceries, Blinkit, Zepto, Big Basket, everything is there. You need clothes, you have Myntra. You need to buy laptop stickers, you get laptop stickers online. You want shoes, everything is there. And of course, Uber, Ola, Namayatri, Rapido, and all of that. Now, I did say that the art of negotiation is lost on all of us. Now, you ask me, why do you think the art of negotiation is lost on us? Does anyone have this question? When I said that the art of negotiation is lost on us. No one has this question. I'll tell you why. I have a funny and a very realistic approach to this. So it was 10 o'clock in the night. Myself, your Vice President Membership Toastmaster Nikhil, and then your Secretary Toastmaster Aryan. The 3 of us were there at Sarjapur Decathlon, and we were checking for autos, Ola, Uber, everything. You know how autos are in Bangalore given the time of the day. It was showing 70 to 80 rupees from Sarjapur Decathlon to Sarjapur Signal. And all 3 of us knew this. And no auto was coming on the apps, so there was an auto driver. And we knew that he's not going to agree for anything less than 100 rupees. So Toastmaster, so we go to that auto driver, and we asked, we decided it is best if Toastmaster Aryan negotiates with the driver, because he's from this neighborhood. So we knew that he's not going to accept for anything less than 100. Toastmaster Aryan goes to the driver, and he's like, Hridya, Sarjapur Signal, 50 rupees. The driver looks at us, we look at the driver, and he has this face which says, how dumb are these people? But yeah, after all that was said and done, we all went for 50 rupees each to the TMoD.
I was indeed a trip down the memory lane, but the only memory I got was the scary one. As Toastmaster Nikhilesh told that your parents are very good at negotiating, right? the scariest part, when they ask you to go and buy the veggies, and you are so bad at it that they cannot even imagine that you are their son. Hey, will you give it? What's the price for this? 40. Will you give it for 30? No. Okay, pack it for 40. This is exactly what I did. Coming to our next speaker, that is Toastmaster Shambhavi. And for her speech evaluation, we have Toastmaster Jasvitha, who says, once upon a time, this is how she starts her stories. Over to Toastmaster Jasvitha.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Shambhavi, is attempting her L4 P1 in the Pathway Presentation Mastery. Her project is about managing a difficult audience. And the purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when he or she presents outside the Toastmasters Club. So as this is the managing a difficult audience, I'm going to be oblivious to the content. And everyone, don't take a rain check on the speech. He's going to do great. All the best. Back to the TMoD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jasvitha. Coming to our second prepared speech of Toastmaster Shambhavi, she says that she's an avid fan of stories, and here she comes with another story. Toastmaster Shambhavi trains Toastmaster Shambhavi.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening, yes. So today's theme, when I see is stories, the first thing that came to my mind was to narrate, obviously, a story, and that too a recent one, which was my travel in train in the month of January. So usually I travel in train when I have to an unbalanced bottle I see, you could pack it in your bag. Anyways, so I usually travel in train to and from my home whenever there's a vacation and such. And I usually travel in second class, second AC, because I'm middle class, not that down, not that high. And in second AC, yes, please settle down, Toastmaster Shivansh. Yeah. And therein you get two bed sheets on your seat, a blanket, a pillow, a towel. You get a curtain to hide your seat, a good window to watch the scenery. Yeah, Toastmaster Shivansh and Toastmaster Aryan. And all is set. If it's too hot outside, too cold outside, you don't need to worry because it's all set. If you're in AC, you just need to put your wallet in one pocket, phone in one pocket, put on your blanket, hug your laptop bag, and you reach home within one night. Yes, Toastmaster Aryan, that's too bright for such a. The train is going at night right now, and that's all. That's easy. The last time I traveled in sleeper class was in my second standard, which was more than 10 years ago. When he did, and we saw it in the group too, it was Master Nikhilesh. Yes. And so this time again, I had an experience with the sleeper class in train in January for the live-in labs. This was you two were there, yes? Yeah. So our train was to start from SMVT, Whitefield. And it was supposed to depart at 6 a.m. Toastmaster Ram is already laughing at what happened. So we all started in the college bus from the college at 5 a.m. around. And we had to reach there in 1.5 hours. We thought it's all morning and we'll reach there in time. We'll board on the train with ease and comfort. But it's 5:30 and we're just halfway there. We are stuck in traffic.
I object, Toastmaster Shambhavi.
Why so, Toastmaster?
I object.
Why?
I object to his objection. Exactly. When I was in AC in third year, I was not celebrating the little labs.
Nikhilesh,
Is that possible?
Ganesh.
Excuse me, I'm not talking to you, please. Can you answer me? Right.
Well, it's based on the teacher's choice, how you answer
But
them.
how will you get?
Well,
I'm not asking you.
I convinced the teacher that I can do that task.
Even I did.
Well, I think they weren't convinced, so they didn't select you.
I've convinced them for almost 3 months. Will it take me? How is that even possible?
You could have tried for one more month.
What? The whole BTech to be gone into little labs.
Well, if it does,
Finish my course. That's what you're saying right now.
if it means that much to you, you could have tried 4 months, 5 months.
So you're telling me that I do online level labs and not go offline like.
Well, no, if it is offered online in your time, then you could do it online, but you
Give
be,
me a solution around this. How do I move on from this?
we could maybe discuss this after the speech because right now I'm telling my
I need a
experience.
time slot.
7 o'clock, 6:30, that's when this meeting ends. We shall resume at that time. Okay,
Of course.
cool. So now we are nearing SMVT, Whitefield. We are stuck in traffic. There's a truck taking a turn in front of us and it just stops. It's 5:45 a.m. And then the day scholars at the station, 10 of them are calling everyone. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Train is parked. We are all on the station. Well, that's a different story. This was Jasvitha, good throw, but this is not Olympics right now.
Paralympics maybe.
Not yet. And then it's 5:50. We are almost at the station. 5:55. We stop in front of the station. We have to cross the big huge road. All of us take our huge bags. It's like half the stage. The luggage is like almost half the stage. And we start running. We cross 10 platforms. And he was on the station, he didn't accompany us. Well, yeah, his bag was. And yeah, you could ask him after the speech is over. Better time. And then we started running, all of us started running. It's 6:57, 6:58 when we are nearing the platform. 6:59, half of us have reached the train. 6 o'clock, half of us board the train. 1/4 of us are still coming down the stairs. And the person who sells tea is standing on the train. Train is about to start and he's yelling, pull the chain, pull the chain, pull the chain. And I got in. Few teachers, few students were like yet to come. Train started moving. Everyone started getting up. And while we are getting onto the train, there always has to be someone. Later, Toastmaster Shivansh, really good melody, but it can wait. Yes, I see all of us are vibing, but yeah, we can wait. Could you pause it? Thank you. Yeah. And as always, someone has to be there to vlog your experiences. As soon as you run onto a running train with 5 kgs, 8 kgs of luggage, there's someone called Toastmaster Ramakatya with his phone standing in front of the washroom and filming us, asking, how's your experience? I'll clarify it, Toastmaster Ganesh. You could solve it after this. And our bogies, yes, 4 of them, 2 of them were running behind the train. Toastmaster Sagar sir, Vignesh sir, Kavita ma'am, and my VLSI sir.
That's a great way to address him.
Paramasivam sir. Yeah. And while Toastmaster Ram is filming us cross our bogies was S3 and we boarded S1. While we are crossing, there are some students boarding the train. One of them almost got between a train and the track. Well, they did not. They are in your branch. Yeah. Yes. And then, okay, all of us got in. Train has started. and it runs for 5 minutes and halts again for 20 minutes. All that running for nothing. And then after, yes, was Master Shivansh, we could leave it there. Okay. He's too invested in the story.
Hello?
He,
Yeah, you're able to hear me?
yeah, just Master Ganesh for some other time. For some other time. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, 1 minute. Huh?
For some other time. Could you switch it off? Respect the essay.
It's an emergency. It's an emergency. Ah.
You could speak outside. You could speak outside. You have to respect the decorum of the hall. Yes.
What? Decoration fell on your face.
No, nothing fell off. We could keep the phone down. Emergency can wait.
Oh, it's a prank call. Okay.
Yes,
I
yes,
can prank
yes,
you.
yes. It can wait. Yeah. And we are all settled in. And then the news comes. Out of 21 people, 20 have boarded the train. And we boarded at Whitefield. नहीं fan है बैठ जा you can sit yeah you can sit it's all right you can raise a complaint later so out of 21 one of them hasn't boarded the train instead of boarding at Whitefield he reached Majestic and is waiting for the train at Majestic.
What's that one then?
For privacy reasons we shall keep the name anonymous, Mr. Anonymous. And then well I can give you that much information. So he's on his way from Majestic to Baipunhalli when at 6 a.m. And by the time he reaches Whitefield, train has left. And now at Whitefield, he's so our train goes on. Now our destination is Uttar Pradesh, Bangalore to Uttar Pradesh. You tell me, will the train go north or south? It went south. So this train was a special train. Special trains cover a huge route and run very few times. So this train was headed to Perambur, Chennai. And now the guy is contemplating should he straight up come to Chennai or how? At the end, he took a train, first class seat, and enjoyed his way up to UP. And we started traveling. We went to Perambur. It was so hot there. First time in Chennai, last time in Chennai. Thank you very much. And then we went to Vijayawada. It was almost night. The bridges, the river, there's some lighting and stuff. It was really good. And then it was night in sleeper class. And Master Ganesh, you can keep that aside. And security in sleeper coach is horrible. We all slept, and apparently a guy kept going around the compartment once, twice, thrice at midnight. People were awake, but at some point the luggage was left unattended. Next morning we wake up, a girl's bag is lost.
Was that guy Ram?
Ram slept. Yes, and her bag is lost with her phone. Another guy's bag is lost with all his sweaters. When we tracked her phone, it was last detected on the border of Telangana and Andhra. And now we are in Nagpur and it's really cold. It's morning there. Then we went on to Jabalpur and we reached UP. Believe me, that girl had the real experience of village. She had no phone and had to spend 10 days without phone. And the home, until she came back, she had no phone, right? So around 10 days. 9 days. Day one, her phone is gone. And the place she was living, beside her place, was a Geo tower, which gave an internet speed of 1 GB per second. Yes. And talking about this journey, we stopped in UP at 12 a.m. So until we reached the UP that night, we didn't know how cold it was.
Where in UP?
Allahabad, Prayagraj. And when the train stopped at before,
I have heard somewhere.
maybe we could look it up after the speech. We could look it up later. Yeah. And it was so cold, everyone was shivering, and we had to stay on the station, outside the station until 3 a.m. waiting for the other guy who was traveling in first class, unlike us. And yeah, that was the story until until reaching there. Coming back, now it has to go from UP to Bangalore, the train. Where will it go? North or south?
On your west.
No, it went south. So from UP, it goes on to Jabalpur, goes on to Nagpur. And the thing about North Indian trains is that in sleeper class, you'll get everyone will sit on your seat except you. When you enter, everyone is there, sitting there. For our seat, the coach was completely filled. We pushed everyone, we screamed at everyone, we got to our seat and we see a drunk guy sleeping on our seat. After screaming for 5-10 times, he gets up, takes his blanket, starts putting it under the berths in the luggage area and goes on to sleep there. We had to kick him out and that guy stays in that compartment until the next day. No, sadly, no. Same story with our friends in the other compartment. And so that way we came back, same route, Nagpur, Chennai. Now, Chennai, the temperature was so bad. When you live at 7 degrees Celsius for 5 days and you come back to 33 degrees Celsius, you get a heat stroke. I did. And we survived, came back to Bangalore. And I must say, I'll never travel in sleeper coach again. And yeah,
Why?
the
Government
experience.
is giving us good trains and they're trying to maintain.
This train was really bad. It didn't even have a pantry.
Then you should buy it or you have money.
Yeah. Toastmaster Ram was the caterer throughout the journey.
See, you're saying that the train is running.
Special train. If it's a special train, it has no pantry.
Why is that special then?
It covers more area. It goes south instead of north. That's why it's special. Yeah. The guy who traveled first class had a pantry. Great one.
Should have gone.
And then we came down, stepped down at Majestic, the place where the other guy was. And that was the end of our journey. Happily back in Bangalore. And yeah, that would be the end of my speech. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Toastmaster Nikhil. Indeed, it was a great speech, Toastmaster Shambhavi. And yeah, I went for my end semester break to my hometown, which is in UP. So I agree. It was freezing there. Coming to our next speech, which is the icebreaker of Toastmaster Pranav. Now, to evaluate him, we have Toastmaster Sharanya, who says that stories and memories are best captured by eyes and not camera. Over to Toastmaster Sharanya to give the speech objectives of Toastmaster Pranav.
Can I confirm whether I'm audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and a special greeting to my target speaker, Toastmaster Pranav Nair. In the olden days, when there was no internet or paper was also not invented, how did people document stories or speeches or something that someone said years ago? It was all from the word of mouth. And just like that, we have different speeches every day. And today we are coming to our third speech, which is by Toastmaster Pranav Nair. He's going to be giving his L1P1 today, which is his icebreaker speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a speech. Timer, please note that since this is an icebreaker speech, it is from 4 to 6 minutes long. Toastmaster Pranav, take a deep breath, enjoy and express yourself to the fullest. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharanya. Toastmaster Pranav says he's on a conquest to evolve from Charmander to Charizard. Toastmaster Pranav. Toastmaster Pranav, box full of chocolates, Toastmaster Pranav. Am I audible, online audience?
Yes.
Okay. My mama always used to say, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Good evening, everybody. I'm Pranav Nair, Toastmaster Pranav Nair, and I'm going to give my icebreaker. When I was small, I had the dream of having the ability to teleport. It saves energy. So that's what I hope I'll be doing today. So, tag along. Our first stop is Kerala, the place I was born. I was born when I was very small and young. My dad couldn't make it to my delivery. He was fooled by Amazon Prime. I was supposed to be born on July 17th, but I came 2 days fast. So he couldn't make it on my birthday. So he had been late. Then my earlier childhood was spent in Kerala. So now my dad, he decides that we need to shift. And he guesses, you're going to teleport now. Any guesses, anyone? Yeah, Bangalore. My dad was working here from 2005. So he decides here the education's better, so why not shift here? So we come here and I get into a really good school, St. Vincent Pallotti School. And I was enjoying my kindergarten really well. One day, sitting around, relaxing, and I get the terrible news that my dad's property will be divided. I'm having a brother. Because of which, my mom's shifting to Kerala, and my dad can't take care of me. So I'm going to Kerala. So again, back to Kerala. Okay. So then here I sat and I completed my kindergarten, the rest of my kindergarten here. Then my brother's born. So what do we do in Kerala now? Let's go back to Bangalore. Bangalore's a really good place. Anyone disagrees? We are here, Bangalore. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it into my old school. And I get into this nice place called Cambridge School, which has no affiliations, even though the names are the same to the Cambridge. I don't wish to reveal those 2 years, which are really bad. Even though my brother, I don't think he's a real blessing. Because of him, I get back into my old school. I think life's gonna go very smooth. We'll make lots of friends. Oh no, buddy, was I wrong? I'm your textbook definition of loner for the first 3 months. All the kids, no one talks to me. I sit here. Everybody there. No one even wants to interact with me. Then my dad gives me the news that his colleague's son is also in the same school at same age. Surprisingly, he was in the same class. So I go there. I was this weird kid who had no fear to do anything. I think I'm the same. I go there in class, shake his hand. Hello, Jake. I'm Pranav. Your dad and I work in the same company. Nice to meet you. He's still haunted by that till now. That's how I met him, and we are best friends. So he tags along, even when we shift schools. Spoiler alert. And I'm there with him. We go on walk. Nice. This is my teenage, where everybody is enjoying. I thought life's good. Teenage, what happens in teenage? I was oblivious to that because I come from a line of very late bloomers. So puberty was not an issue for me. My teenage went very smoothly. Nothing happened much. We go to my high school. High school, suddenly. And if you see in Dracula or anything, werewolf movies, where the main character turns into a Dracula, that's what happened to me. A kid that was this small, smallest of the class, 10th standard, 8th, 9th standard, lockdown time, you get it. At that time, I grow every 3 months, such a way that I have to change my wardrobe every 3 months. Man, times. Then high school also, okay, went fine. High school. JE. Unfortunately, school doesn't give JE. So I got to jump boats. Tan tan tan, Sri Chaitanya. A name that I will never forget in my life. It is something that changed something in me. I don't know what. And those 2 years, oh my God. Didn't do anything in JE, wasted those 2 years of my life, spoiled my health. Then here I am. But hey, life's a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Thank you, everybody.
That was a great speech, Toastmaster Pranav. Only suggestion I have for you is be careful tonight. Because when I gave my icebreaker, I gave an entire speech about that day. That was the worst day of my life till now. Some of you might remember. I don't know. So yeah, with this, we come to an end to the prepared speeches segment. And to my surprise, all the three speeches had stories as our theme today. So moving forward, we all have certain experiences in our lives that shiver us to death, the most scary aspects. Now imagine you live in hostel. It is an 10-story building with around 40 rooms on one floor. You're walking the corridors around 2 a.m. in the morning. You go to your room. You're not being in your room, okay? You're coming from your friend's room. You go to your room. You open the door. And hostels, obviously, we have bunk beds, right? 1 and 2. Imagine at 2 a.m. in the morning, full dim lights. Open the door. And there's your roommate on the second loft, pointing towards you. You'll pee your pants. Do you know who this roommate was? That was Toastmaster Aryan. Why? Because this man sleepwalks. And the person who has experienced this was my friend Anu. He was standing there with Toastmaster Aryan and sleeping. That was the most tragic experience of his life. The previous Saturday, something of a similar sort happened again. Again, our friend Anu, around 1 or 2 in the morning, was doing some work on his laptop. Toastmaster Aryan, from the top bunk, comes down, goes up to Anu, tell me the way to split a wire. Now, by this time, Anu knows that this guy sleepwalks. He says, Aryan, wake up, you're sleeping. Hey, I'm not sleeping. Tell me the way to split a wire. After saying this, he goes back, climbs up the bed, and sleeps again. This is the scariest part of a human's life. Imagine this. Imagine this guy has a scissors next to him and he sleepwalks, kills someone in the sleep. So, since we have very scary aspects in our lives, let's move on to the scary aspect of the Toastmasters meeting, the table topic segment. Here we have our table topics master, Toastmaster Nandan, who is a person who prefers the first row of the middle bench. Listen carefully. The first bench of the middle row. Toastmaster Nandan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Sanidhya. So, you told that it's table topics segment is the most scary part of the meeting, but I disagree with you totally. It is actually the most fun part of the meeting. How many of you agree with me?
For table topic master, yes.
Thank you. So coming to the today's theme, that is stories. So whenever I hear about stories, the first thing comes to my mind is the stories which I listened during my childhood. my grandmother, my mother used to tell me. So I was, and our even table topic session is much relatable to the story segment. So in our table topic session, we fast print in seconds of time we cook up the stories. So now I would like to start our table topic segment by calling upon the Toastmasters. So, so as today we have our guest, Harsha. So I would like to first call him for the
Godfather.
yes, actually not our guest, actually he's a senior. EAC senior, our EAC senior.
Ex-Toastmaster.
Ex-Toastmaster also. I'm a Toastmaster. Hey, not ex-Toastmaster, he's the ex-student of Amrita. Let's not waste any more. Yeah. So I would like the audience choose a number between 1 to 10, as I have 10 topics. So you choose just a number between 1 to 10. 7. Okay. So let's give him the topic number 7. So yeah, here is your topic. Describe a story from your family's history that has been passed down through generations. What do you?
2001. Harsha was not born. He was still somewhere else in the heaven. But there was his dad on Hero Honda, 100cc, going at full speed. Maximum would be 50, 60 considering 100cc. But yes, he was sailing on the road on a Hero Honda. There comes a pig on the road. He touches the pig and jumps from the scooter and falls right on the road. And he's saved. Back to 1980. Venkata Subbaya, Harsha's grandfather. What's going on? Luna. The sound. On the Royal Enfield, Luna. The same story. He goes, hits a block, falls down, nothing happens. 2024. Harsha, a 22-year-old, was driving his car just today at 2 o'clock near the most dangerous zone, Marathahalli. Exactly near Marathahalli, there was this lady on the scooty. She comes right onto my car, hits my car and says, "It's your fault. You hit my scooty. Bro, you hit my car broke." But no, you have a car, so it's your mistake. The argument went on, the negotiation went on, almost for half an hour to 45 minutes. And there I was, very safe. As you can see, 1980 to 2001 and 2024, we have a history of accidents. But here I am. What can go wrong if I take a table topic? Back to you.
That was a wonderful speech. Thank you, Sri Harsha. So now, who would like to take the next second table topic? Yeah, I think yeah, Ram is there, who has not come to meetings from many days. From I think not seen him from last 2 months, right? So now again, audience choose a number for him. 0. So here is a topic for you. Describe a time when a personal story changed your perspective on a life. Did you get that? Describe a time when a personal story changed your perspective on life.
It's 2 p.m. Friday, classes happening. Me and my friends thought, sunlight. What if we just take casual walk? Ma'am is not yet there on campus. So me and my friend walk. Yeah, vitamin D is nice now.
Can we just sit here? Like, okay, macha, why not? Ma'am still didn't come. Friends will call, we'll sit here. He sat here. Guess what happened? He didn't go to the class next. Exactly. So I was like, macha, now that we're here, we have a proper dining table set up in ATM road. What if we order shawarma and fries? It doesn't seem like a bad idea. So me and my friend call the shawarma bhaiya. Bhaiya, हमको दो जंबो shawarma, एक coke, दे दीजिए भैया. Like, okay. So me and my friend go, like, okay, 400, acha, le lo. We give it and we come back. This was one of my experience. Then, this is the amazing program offered by Amrita for Live in Labs. When I go all the way to UP, 2000 kilometers away. Then I see the families there, like where they hardly make 500 rupees per month. I'm like, one side I'm spending 500 rupees for a meal, chuma for eating snacks, but whereas other side, they can hardly eat for a whole month. That shows the disparity in our society, the rich and the poor. The rich keep getting richer, the poor getting poorer. So this is something that taught me the value of money. So yeah, that's the story which changed my perspective of life. It was a wonderful table topic. Now, who would like to come next to the third table topic? Anyone from online audience? So shall I begin? Jasvitha is there. So now audience tell another number. One. So here is your topic. Share a memorable childhood story that taught you an important lesson.
Once upon a time, I was a child. I was 5 years old. And I loved stories, and my mom was a very good storyteller. And my mom was very into the relatives on her side as well. Do you remember when relatives come to your house? If they are your mom's side, your mom behaves with them differently. And if they are your father's side, do you know the feeling? But whenever you get a gift from your mom's side relatives, it's as equal as you getting the elixir from the god. And if it's from her own sister, she treats it as if it's the gold. And I got one such white shirt from my aunt. It was so white, it had an American flag on it, and it was packed and parceled from the USA. And I wear it and I go out for play. It was raining very badly. I didn't take a rain check, and it was so muddied outside. And Jasvitha being Jasvitha, I jumped into a puddle of water, mud water, and I started playing with my friends. And after going home, I had a story prepared in my mind saying that I didn't fall. Someone pushed me over. I'm hurt, mom. And all this was going on in my mind. And I reached home and my mom asked, what happened to your shirt? Not what happened to me. Then I was about to say someone pushed me. Then, you know the spies in Indian world, the aunties. One of them have already informed my mom that Jasvitha has herself is swimming in the mud of water, which is 1 feet. I was not swimming anyways. And my mom made me wash that white shirt until it became white. I was 5 years old with tears dripping. And I was washing it, and cursing that shirt which my aunt gave. So childhood memory which is everlasting is that whenever I get any gifts, I just pack them and I put it in my almara so that I never use them again, so that my mom will never scold me. That's my story. Back to the
It was a nice story. Now, who would like to come next? Brahma Ganesh. So give a number for him. So here is your topic. Share a story about a time when you faced a challenge and overcame it.
So back when I was new to hostel days, for a person back when new to hostel days was something for a person like me, it is very old because I've stayed 8 years of my life in hostel, which is in one way pathetic, in other way, I mean pathetic and monotonous. The other way it is, well, a nostalgia of excitement and whatnot. Because the kind of monkeys we are, we're still not evolved from kid to adult. So, the evolution phase of my life was all the 8 years I was in the hostel. And there was this challenge for me to wake up every day at 5 a.m. in the morning, get ready for PT at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. And guess what? I used to sleep till 5:30, go to PT at 5:45, and get belted every day. So my task was one day at least, I have to wake up and go early. And I did overcome it because I had to save myself from running 10 extra rounds every day, which actually made my lethargy go away, made me kind of look from Motu to Patlu in like 1 month or something, and a lot of abuses that I get as Suprabhatalu in the morning. That is, the daily morning chants, if you're confused. And my challenge was overcome by my sports teacher. Of course, I'm very thankful to him. Because of him, later on, I went on to gain a lot of opportunities in the athletics and swimming and basketball, etc., etc. So that was my challenge, and just to overcome, my drive was to get not get scolded by my PT sir first thing in the morning, which was very pathetic by the way. That was my challenge, and back to the TPI.
It was a wonderful thing. Now I would like to call the last person for tabletop. Who is that? Yeah, I think Ram is so excited to call Hridya on the stage. Okay. Toastmaster Hridya, please come on to the stage. So choose a number for her. 9. So share a story about a mentor or role model who has had a significant impact on your life.
Okay, so he was the first person who saw me when I was born. He's obviously my father. He's one of the coolest person I've ever met, and he's always been there for me. He's the reason why I'm in Toastmasters right now, because he was also a part of the Toastmasters, and he was also one of the best speakers I've ever seen. He has always motivated me into being who I am today, and always like trying to like support me and teach me, tell me what is wrong and what is right. So I think I'm really thankful for my father figure of in my life.
was a wonderful speech. So here is our table topics come to an end. It was a nice storytelling by all of the table topic speakers. Thank you. Now I would like to pass on the mic to the TMoD Sanidhya.
After 5 stories, you stand here. Now let me ask you a basic question. How many of you love sweets? And to be specific, a Kit Kat. Guys, have a break, have a Kit Kat. Let's move on for a break. So moving on. Guys, settle down, please settle down. Now let's move on to another story of my life. I don't know why I have many stories from this hostel. Okay. So let's go to another story from this hostel. Now there's this guy who has been my roommate, but I won't tell his name. Now the semester was the first semester. We made a new group, kind of a thing. Nikhilesh, Aryan, me, few others, Anup, if you remember. And this secret person. Now one day, as usual, it was night time and we all were playing cards and we were enjoying in one particular room called 013. 13. Remember the number? 013. The room belonged to this black man right here. And I don't know why, I decided to make people faint. And the first volunteer that showed up was this secret character. So how you make people faint? Just press their nerve, block the blood supply to the brain, and they die off. For 5 seconds. Now I was practicing this on this secret person. I did this and nothing happened. It failed. Second try. I did on this guy. Sitting right here. Breathing, guys. When I do this, when I leave my hand, this guy's like, pakro, pakro, pakro. He thought that it's just a fluke and he's just acting because this guy always wanted to be in Abhinay and he got rejected very bad. So now I move back to the secret person again. I do this and this guy's laughing like this with full 32 teeth visible. So we thought, okay, he's laughing, he's not getting painted again. We all moved apart. And for some reason, this guy fainted. He was still laughing though. And he fell on his face. Right there. And I was, oh, pakdo. And the thing is, when I do this, okay, we all stand right next to the person so that we can hold him if the person gets fainted. But we were not there because this guy was like this. The guy goes down and we started laughing. The president right here was very much interested in his football match. He was least scared about what is happening inside the room. He saw the person. Now, at this moment, we are laughing, right? But do you remember the room number? Was the room number 013? So as this guy picks up his head, the only color I see was red. Because there was blood all over the floor. Now, this guy, he's scared about the person. He's like, bro, wipe the blood, wipe the blood, wipe the blood. And 2 other people take this particular guy to the washroom so that he can wash his face. He had cut his lower lip and somewhere near the eye. But this guy said, bro, white blood, and we need to think a story. What will tell the warden? What will tell the warden? Think a story. Good plan. Good plan. Okay, this is not even that funny for this guy. He was serious. Okay, obviously, if the warden gets to know, we all screwed. But there's this another guy. You remember the guy from the previous story, the Aryan story? You remember the name? Anup. Anup is like, bro, he gets stitches. Bro, we need stitches. Bro, we need to go to the hospital. Bro, I've seen this. Bro, I've seen this. And this person starts crying. The person who has his lower lip cut is laughing again. And this person says, bro, we need stitches. Bro, we need stitches, bro. Bro, I know, bro, I need stitches. We go to the warden. He said this guy dead. And the warden agreed, obviously. And an ambulance was called. Two of our friends went with this person, but the guy who was still crying, he's still in his pillow crying. I don't know why. I still cannot figure out why he was crying. But that day, I knew that the person who fell was going to be the shani of my life. Do you guys know what's the meaning of shani of my life? That's up to you. So now, moving forward, let's go to the evaluation segment. And for that, we have our general evaluator, Toastmaster Shivansh.
Good evening, everyone again. And so let's get to the evaluation segment. I'd like to call Toastmaster Aditya for the evaluation of Toastmaster Nikhilesh.
Well, good evening to one and all present here, and a warm good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Nikhilesh.
Good evening.
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you. So coming to your speech, well, did feel that negotiation vibe in your speech. So let me talk about the good things of your speech, good part of your speech, just like how you feel good after negotiating the best price. So these were some of the few things that I felt good in your speech. For example, you had a pace of words. Your words were in a proper pace. You did not rush through your speech, and that's a very good thing, commendable thing. And you had proper hand movements, hand gestures were on point. You also used comparisons in your speech, which I love the most, and they added humor also. For example, you said they gave up just like how my parents have given up on me. So that brought laughter. I think at least I smiled for that part. So kudos on that. You also use stories to depict strategies, which is a great way to explain. So all of the great teachers use this particular method. If you are not understanding a particular concept, they try to create a story out of it so that you are able to relate with the topic they are teaching. So kudos to that. You use stories to depict the different negotiation strategies. Also, you had an additional plus point of audience interaction. In the middle, you asked a few questions to the audience and you waited for the response, which is a good attribute of a speaker or a good attribute of uh, you on stage waiting for the response. Usually they don't do that. They just rush through the speech and leave the audience hanging. So you didn't do that. I felt that was really great job done. Coming to the improvements of your speech, just like how you negotiate and sometimes you don't get the best price, but you still strive for it. So similarly, here are the good, not so good usages. So for example, you did not use the stage well, I felt. Your stage movements were random. You went to the Amma's photo and then again came back to the center of the stage and again went back to Amma's photo. So I felt it was a bit random. What you could have done better was you could have just told one story at one place and then next story at another place. So that would be better, I felt. It would be more structured. Also, you had a very monotonous voice. You did not act when there were more than two people in your speech. So I felt you could have enacted their voice and enacted how they actually tell in real life. That was missing. A bit of drama was missing in your speech. Also, the main thing was that your conclusion. Your conclusion was abrupt. It was like you went in an auto and you ended the speech with that. And that was a huge break in your speech, like how you break the auto and then you feel that jerk. We all as audience felt that jerk, and I think you could improve that. So in a nutshell, your speech was good, except the points that your stage usage was random and the conclusion was not, it was abrupt. So kindly improve on the same. And over to the the general evaluate of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. So first of all, coming to Toastmaster Nikhilesh's speech, I'd like to say the way you started the speech was really brilliant, and you did talk about majorly to negotiation style, which was also good. Again, as your evaluator already pointed out, maybe you could have practiced your speech a bit more because I felt that you were short on time. But apart from that, I really like the structuring of the speech. Again, that was another plus point. And now coming to Toastmaster ultimately, now this might be a maybe a more of a personal point, but I feel that you could have maybe switched on your camera. That gives a more personal connect to the speaker. And you did mention the objectives of the speech and the time limit, so kudos on that. And I felt that maybe you would have used the sandwich method because it's better to end on a good note for the speaker instead of pointing out where they could have made the improvement. I like the fact that you did give the advices to make those improvements. That was again kudos for that. And one thing you could have done maybe more was maybe given the speaker a bit more challenges for the next speech. But apart from that, a good evaluation. Now coming to speech evaluator two, Toastmaster Jasvitha, for speaker Toastmaster Shambhavi.
Good evening, everyone. And I'm here to evaluate L4P1 project of Toastmaster Sharp. This speech is not only an evaluation of the promptive skills the speaker has, it is also evaluation of the impromptu skills the speaker inculcates in their speech. While I'm not going to evaluate the content, I'm also going to evaluate how she has responded to the audience while they were disrupting her speech. The speech title is Trains, and all your content and all your speech was aligned to it. And you have started with high energy. The audience have started disrupting your speech at the very start, and you have addressed them. While the general evaluator Toastmaster Shivansh was walking into the room, you have addressed him to sit down. And while Ram and Shivansh were talking, you have also addressed them to not speak in the middle of the speech. But sometimes when Toastmaster Nikhilesh and Toastmaster Aryan were speaking in the middle of the speech, I have thought you have seemed to ignore when some instances while they were speaking. So I advise you to look all around the hall so that you can grab the audience's attention at any point of time. And one of the most good statements that you have given is to tell the hall and the audience to respect the decorum of the hall, and you have reminded them the SAA rules as well. So I have to give kudos for that. And sometimes when people are disrupting your speech, I have felt you were a bit confused and you were not able to address it properly in a formal tone. Example, when Toastmaster Nandan was replying to you in Hindi, you just replied in Hindi. Well, if it was a stand-up show or any other impromptu, informal show, you could have replied definitely in the language that the speaker is disrupting you. But the speech purpose says that it's a formal environment. So I advise you to reply back in English. And one more statement that you have given is emergency can wait. While in a formal statement, it can be considered sarcastic. And so I advise you to look up at different other strategies to manage the audience. One more kudos to you is that at the end of the speech, your story was so interacting that the disruptors became silent and they were enjoying at the end of it. The audience, I think you should be more difficult as well. So kudos for you for all of that. Toastmaster Shambhavi, I challenge you, one more challenge is that to reply more in a formal tone. While a person is telling you, you can tell them, thank you for your insights, Toastmaster Ram. And I will, when he was telling you 9 days, you can just tell them that, thank you for your insights. I'll keep it in note and reply in more a formal tone. And that's all in my speech evaluation. Back to the general.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jasvitha. So I'll now go to Toastmaster Shambhavi speech. So the content was good, and it, as Toastmaster Jasvitha stated, that your energy at the start was also very good. I felt that sometimes maybe in your tone, it felt that you were irritated at the disruptor, which is understandable, but it's better if you don't show it in while speech. And contrary to what Toastmaster Jasvitha said, I feel not every interruption needs an attention from you, because at the end of the day, you are here to give a speech. And I do agree with Toastmaster Jasvitha's point that you could have used a formal tone to address Toastmaster Nandan or any other languages, because I don't think we're allowed to speak in an informal tone since this is a formal setup after. And now coming to Toastmaster Jasvitha, great evaluation. You used the sandwich method. So again, that was good. And again, I like the fact that you did give Toastmaster Shambhavi some challenges for the next speech. And yeah, that was it. Maybe you would have given her some advices also to work on where she, in your opinion, wasn't able to impress you. Now coming to speech evaluator three, Toastmaster Sharanya. She's going to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Pranav.
I know we have already done this once, but let's give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Pranav Nair for finishing his L1P1 icebreaker. Let's have a huge round of applause. Yes. Congratulations first, Toastmaster Pranav, for finishing your first speech. It's not an easy task to come and give a speech for the first time in front of an audience. So well done and kudos on that. Life is a box of chocolates. That is how you started. I started wondering, wait, why did you say that? I like chocolates. I want to know how you're going to connect life to chocolates. That way, you instilled curiosity into my mind and really got the audience going. Just after that, you said that you were a delivery and just like Amazon Prime. And that's why your father couldn't visit you. That was such a nice humorous element to begin with the speech. I didn't know what to do. I wrote a laughing emoji on my sheet over here. Toastmaster Pranav Nair, everything that we evaluate, such as gestures, stage usage, audience interaction, you aced all of it, as if you were someone who has been giving speeches since a really long time. That was very well done. I really like the way you gave the speech, and I could also learn a lot from it. Now, the speech's purpose was to introduce yourself to the club, right? Now, if you were to go to an interview, what would you do? Hand over your resume? That will have all the basic details of you. But here, we're giving a speech. And that is exactly what you did. You did not give us simple details about you, not just from the surface. You went deep. You told us stories about yourself. Next time, I'd want to come up to you and say, I'd like to be your friend. That's how well you made us know you. Now, I have a few recommendations as a listener as well as an evaluator. Your stage usage is a double-edged sword. While you do use the entire stage, I'd recommend that when we use the stage, it should have a certain purpose to it. For example, if you're telling about two different situations, you can split the stage into half. Or if you're talking about two different characters, you can stand at the two different ends. Your stage usage seemed a little more excessive than needed. It's something that you could tend to control the next time so that your speech would seem a little more neat. Secondly, you tend to sit on the floor. I would suggest to keep a chair beforehand so that the audience would, from far away, will be able to see you as well as those who are attending online. Next, you told that the life is a box of chocolates. I'd like that next time you give a speech, you come back to the title and tell us why did you tell that the life is a box of chocolates. This will help you structure your speech much more better by giving a clear conclusion. So Toastmaster Pranav Nair, your speech was very well done. Perfect gestures and stage usage. And the challenge is that you can use your stage a little more wisely next time. Thank you and congratulations.
Coming to Toastmaster Pranav, as an icebreaker, it felt like you had been given speeches in Toastmaster since the starting of TAP. That was brilliant. Probably the best icebreaker I've seen in my time here. And as Toastmaster Sharanya said, your stage usage, I didn't think it was bad, but as she said, you could just take her suggestions and make it even better. One suggestion from my side, this is the first speech, so take it in high stride, could be that maybe you could have a bit more eye contact with the audience. Because since maybe you were a bit nervous, I'm not sure. But you were walking around the stage so much, it was a bit difficult to follow you, especially for someone who's sitting right in front or back. For the middle ones, I think it's a bit more easier. Apart from that, kudos on giving your icebreaker. It's a tough task to do. Some of us take 6 months to even go and give it. So kudos on that. And I hope your journey just gets better from here. And coming to Toastmaster Sharanya, you did mention both the objectives of the speech and the time limit. So that's good. And the way you evaluated Toastmaster Pranav, you gave all the positives, the things you feel could have been improved upon, and the challenges were good. And yeah, I don't think I have much feedback for you right now. So now coming to the tag team evaluation, I'd first like to call the accounter for the day, Toastmaster Harsha. What Toastmaster Harsha?
Greetings, everyone. I'm back with my R counter report. Starting off with the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Nikhilesh, you had about 4 hours in your speech. And Toastmaster Shambhavi, you had several hours and you had used well and so here and there. But given the fact that you were giving a 10 to 15-minute long speech and you are managing a super difficult audience, I think this is very natural. Toastmaster Pranav, you had used 1 hour in your speech. And I think this is a very impressive count for the fact that you're giving an icebreaker today. Now, coming to the table topic sessions, Toastmaster Harsha, your speech was flawless. You had no crutch words or overused words in your speech. Toastmaster Ram, you didn't use any filler words such as etc., but you had used the word like very repeatedly. So I think that can be avoided later on. Toastmaster Jasvitha, you didn't use any crutch or filler words in your speeches. Toastmaster Ganesh, you had 4 hours in your speech. Toastmaster Hridya, you had used 2 hours. And now coming to the speech evaluations. Toastmaster Aditya, you had used 3 hours in your speech. Toastmaster Jasvitha, you had no hours. And Toastmaster Sharanya, you also had no hours or any crutch or filler words for that matter. And one way where all of us can reduce the use of crutch or filler words in our speeches is to embrace the use of pause. Sometimes, when you're lost in words, you don't know what you have to speak. It's always good to pause and slow down so that your mind gets more time to process. And of course, with more practice, you will eventually get better. So that's my our counter report. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsha. That was a brisk and a detailed report at the same time. And I really like the fact that you give suggestions as to how to stop or maybe less usage of CRPS. Now, coming to the grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Hridya.
As a grammarian, I'm back with my report. I've evaluated everyone in the course of the meeting. So, Jasvitha used both the word of the day and the idiom of the day, and Pranav used the word of the day, oblivious. Kudos to you both. Now, I'll be I'll be telling you all the suggestions and the improper use, which is opinion of mine, can be my opinion, not that down, can be not that low. Stop at in front of the station can be stop in front of the nation. Very few times can be used as hardly or rarely. Reached the UP can be reached UP. Now I'll be listing a few quotes or thoughts that I've liked. Nikhilesh used art of negotiation. Shambhavi used we shall resume. Pranav used textbook definition of loner. Born when I was really small, life's a box of chocolate. And Ram used rich keeps getting richer and poor keeps getting poorer. So now a few suggestions where you can increase your vocabulary is that speak, speak, speak. If you commit to practicing and if you know what content you're talking and you actually practice, that is one way where you can increase the grammar. And another one is listen and read. This way you will be able to increase the vocabulary.
Thank you to Master Hridya. Great evaluation, and also kudos on the fact that you gave an example of how to use both idiom of the day and word of the day. And just a general ask to the audience, including me, that maybe we could do better in using both of them, since I think there were just 3 usages of it in total, I think. So that could be done better. And now to the timers report, Toastmaster Arpita.
Timers report the time you've taken. So moving on with the speaker segment, Toastmaster Nikhilesh, you use 7 minutes 21 seconds, 21 seconds in buffer. So make sure in next one you cut down the buffer. Next is Toastmaster Shambhavi. You used 15 minutes 28 seconds. You also used the buffer, so like cut down on that. And Toastmaster Pranav, well in time, 5 minutes 48 seconds. And moving on to the tabletop session. The first one is Toastmaster Harsha. You used well in time, you used 1 minute 54 seconds. Toastmaster Ram, you used 1 minute 45 seconds. And Toastmaster Jasvitha, you used 2 minutes 17 seconds. That's also well in time. And Toastmaster Ganesh, you used 2 minutes 6 seconds. That's also well in time. And Toastmaster Hridya, you used 0 minutes 48 seconds. You could stretch it more for like 5 seconds. In coming to evaluation segment, Toastmaster Aditya used 3 minutes 38 seconds. So make sure you cut down on the buffer time and all the best next time. And then Toastmaster Jasvitha, well in time, 3 minutes 7 seconds, 7 seconds in the buffer. Toastmaster Sharanya, you used 3 minutes 10 seconds, 10 seconds in the buffer. Toastmaster Harsha, you used 1 minute 53 seconds, which is less in time. So make sure you give a detailed evaluation later. Toastmaster Hridya, you used 1 minute 27 seconds. Again, stretch it more. And with that being said, thank you. Over to the general director.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arpita, for a very detailed report of everyone's time and limit. And one suggestion to you is, again, you could give some suggestions as to how to make sure that the speech is completed when within the time. So now coming to the table topic session of the day. So the first speaker, Toastmaster Harsha. Happy to have you here first of all. So great starting, and really like the fact that even though you just had to think of a story, you did go the non-linearity way of storytelling instead of just going one incident after the another. So really like that fact. Coming to Toastmaster Ram, voice modulation, strength of yours, and a brilliant stage usage even in that small time given to you. Given to Toastmaster Jasvitha, a straight to the point and brisk speech. Again, great stage usage and great storytelling. Then those Master Ganesh, well done. Maybe the starting could have been a bit better, but it wasn't prepared. It really well structured speech, even though you just had a minute or so to think about it. Toastmaster Hridya, we're a strong starting. And next time, maybe you could just tell a few pillar things to just cross the time limit. That is all. And coming to the table topic, Master of the Day, Toastmaster Nandan. So the table topic session started today at 5:40 and it ended at 5:50. 6 minutes over the time allotted to it. So for the next time, maybe you could just maybe have less speakers or just kind of because we are in a time frame situation. 5 minutes. And apart from that, maybe you could have cheered up the contestant a bit more. The questions were all very related to the topic, so kudos on that. And yeah, that's correct. And some general points is I feel we can all do a bit of good with toning down on the usage of Hindi during meetings. Even though we're all friends here, at the end of the day, when we come in here, it's supposed to be a formal or maybe a professional environment too. So that is one thing we can do. And yeah, that the meeting started today at 4:45 and it's 6:32 currently. So we're running a bit late, but it was nothing we could have done. Management took their time. And another thing I could wanna say is, yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. Back to the master of the day.
So we began the meeting, did the introduction, came to the middle part of the meeting, the body. So what comes now? Conclusion. Conclusion. But I told that this is a discussion of the most important story, that is the story of our lives. And are we at the conclusion of our lives? Oh, nice. How? Exactly. We don't know when we are dying. So how can we say that this is the conclusion? You can plan your own conclusion, but for me, this is not the conclusion. This is another part of the body of the speech of my life where I'm building another memory, I'm writing another story, I'm living another story. But the conclusion of the meeting is required. So I'll give the conclusion as the present day of my life. Today, it wasn't a great day for me. Why? I got my results. And the two people clapping the hardest are the ones who got the CGPA above 8. So yeah, you believe I am clapping. Yeah. For me, I got 7.23. Now for some of you, this will be like, it's good only, bro. For my parents, it's the worst CGPA I could ever get. And for that reason, I haven't told them my result till now. But okay, life moves on. It's just the present and it will be the past in very few moments. And I think it's already in the past. So hence, with all these obstacles, the results, the setbacks, the broken dreams, we continue to move forward. But the most important part for this meeting remains calling back the presiding officer so that he can declare the results. And for me to hand over the stage finally and end my TMoD session for today. Thank you, friend. Over to the presiding officer for part and English.
All right, that was a wonderful scene and the session, given that it was impromptu apparently. I don't think, was it impromptu by any chance? Do you guys think it was impromptu? That I feel Sanidhya had this thing prepared long time ago. But yeah, well, a good meeting, all in all, though we were a bit late, as told by the Evaluator, but yeah, nothing new. We'll try to work on that, but you found it? Yeah. Keep it, please go ahead and vote. The forms are out in the group. And a few announcements till we go on with while you guys are voting. So this is to Toastmaster, not just Toastmaster Nandan, but everyone is specific. Address everyone as Toastmaster, irrespective of whether they're a part of a club or not. See, when you join Toastmasters, right, you pay some additional fee apart from the 6 month fee we pay every 6 months, right? So that $20, when you pay that initially, it means that you are a Toastmaster. So that task is with you irrespective of whether you renew or not. So irrespective of whether someone is from the club or whether they are renewed or not, they are still a Toastmaster. That is one thing. And besides that, Toastmaster Harsha is still a Toastmaster. He's not a part of a club. He's part of SRT. You are aware of that. And handshakes. It has been iterated by Toastmaster Sanidhya and myself and a lot of other people over the past 2-3 meetings that handshakes are a very important part of any meeting in Toastmasters. Yet some people sometimes they forget to shake hands with the TMoD or digital evaluator or the table topic master. That's fine. Sometimes it can be out of nervousness, you might forget, but please make sure that you do that because you're passing on the stage to someone. So even once you're done with the speech, when you give the stage back to the TMoD, you're passing the stage to it. So do it in a very positive manner. Keep his or her hopes up whenever they're coming on the stage. And third thing, this is Toastmaster Ram, and it applies to all of us. Walk down to the stage with hands in your pocket. Yes, or when you're on the stage, you can put your hands in your pocket and you can talk and kind of shows your confidence. It reflects how confident you are. But when you come down the stage, or come down to the stage through the eye, it kind of seems a bit unprofessional and kind of makes people think that you're a bit overconfident. It's just an opinion, and that is just try to have both hands outside the pocket when you're coming on stage. That's it with the announcements. There were an announcement just some general things I observed in the meeting, and I want to make sure that these are some things which very minor things which people focus on and try to enact it or imbibe it in the next meetings. Is that done?
One or two. And with a teenager.
All right, you can close the form and moving on to the winners. Well, we don't have a VPPR today to take photos. So we have invited a VPPR of some other club to take photos with a good camera this time. All right. Starting with test of tact. Any guesses? Well, Toastmaster Harsha. Toastmaster Harsha, can you please turn in a camera if possible?
Thank you.
Congratulations. Moving on. Test of speech evaluator. Any guesses? And drum roll. Toastmaster Jasvitha. Moving on. Test of table topic speakers. We need a new cameraman. Oh my God, this feels weird now. Test of Big Four. Any guesses? None other than a storyteller. A great story, and given that your results are out, I think this will be your last story. And the most awaited and the one everyone waits for, especially the speakers, the best of speakers. Any guesses? Well, it's the first speech, not me, not the first speaker, but the person who gave his first speech ever, Toastmaster Pranav. But I wanted to give a better build-up, but never mind, some other time. I wanted to say that, but I don't want to feel bad.
That's fine.
So they were these are the winners for meeting number 2, 3, 4, team stories. And yeah. So one last thing before we end the meeting for today, something called launch off. So since I think most of you know what launch off is, but some who don't, and some who are the release format in our club, can we have Toastmaster Harsha to tell us something he has experienced this week, which will be memorable or something, has taught you something which will you carry forward through the rest of your life, or something in general you want to share? Huh? Nothing, no, in general. Any memory? Huh? No, anything memorable which you experienced this whole week, anything, any incident with after the week, or anything. If you just want to share something.
All right, there is one thing which happens in my company all the time. Firstly, they give me very less work, not less work, but they don't pressurize me. But I want to take something away from what I've learned in my company from the day I started there. One thing is that the people are very nice. They're just kind. I'll give you a small example which happened in December. All of my friends were planning to go to a sister's wedding. I mean, my friend's sister's wedding, brother's wedding, I'm sorry. My friend's brother's wedding. And I've texted my mentor in the company saying that, hey, I want a couple of days leave just before the shutdown of the company for the next 6 days, so that I want to go to a marriage. It's very important for us. It's actually a get together after a really long time because all my friends are coming, all my batchmates, seniors, everyone's coming. And she said, you need only 2 days. I thought that was sarcasm. But a few minutes later, I actually realized that she actually meant it. But you want to take only 2 days, go for 3 days. These are the things that you need to prioritize. Yeah, company will always be there, work will always be there. So that's something I want to tell each and every one of you. There will be Toastmasters, there will be college, there will be Amrita School of Engineering. But one thing that should stay for a really long time at least is that be nice to people, that doesn't hurt you. Cool. With that being said, can you give me a couple of minutes time? I actually want to do something for a really long time. I've got a couple of things to the club. So after my AD term was done, I've got badge for the club. It's called the Home Club of the Area Director, and it doesn't feel right to be in any other club. So the badge belongs here. I would like to hand over to the president, Toastmaster Nikhilesh. There you go. It's written Home Club of the Area Director, and I think it belongs here. And one more thing is that I've got a pin from Toastmasters International which says integrity, respect, service, and excellence. The moment I got it, I decided I'm going to give it to one of the tab members whom I'm really fond of. So I've been searching for a person from the moment I got it. I wanted to give something. But at the same time, this person really inspired me to an extent where even though this person is my junior, I've liked the way she thought about the club, the intent she had for the club, and that's our immediate past president Toastmaster, Jasvitha. So I want to hand over this thing to Jasvitha, and I don't want you to pass it on as legacy or anything, but keep it with you. It's something I wanted to give to her, and thank you so much for taking the club in the right direction.
My second coin.
All right. With that being said, I would like to hand over the stage back to our president, Toastmaster.
The last time a senior came on the stage after the meeting was over, it was Toastmaster Tejaswini. And I don't want to get on with whatever happened that day. But yeah, I'm glad that that didn't repeat in this club. Anyway, thank you so much for enlightening us with your presence. It was really good to have a senior. And you should learn something from your mentor. Next time your mentee asks you something, you should also respond very. Not my problem anymore. Not my idea. Sure. With that, I declare meeting number 234 team stories officially. Again, is open for networking, but that people can we have everyone on the stage and people online people can have you on camera for a quick photo.